Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lost Love Stories. I'm Pam Baker, your host, and today we are doing something a little bit differently because I have two guests instead of one, and also they're here with me in the room if you're watching, instead of being on some computer somewhere in some other state or country. And today I have my daughter and my niece, and we decided that we wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about Father's Day because Father's Day is one of those hard, very hard holidays. And as we're recording this, Father's Day was just 2 days ago. So it's very fresh. We were together, Sabrina, my daughter, and who's Beanie, everybody calls her Beanie, and my niece Halle, who's basically my daughter. We were all together at the lake, which was my husband's favorite place in the whole world. And it was a great place to spend the day, but it was also a hard day. And so as we kind of went through all of the emotions of our day, I thought, you know what, maybe we should come on and talk about it because it's one of those things that I think no matter how much time goes by, you just don't know how to prepare for it. You don't know how to handle it, and you don't know what your emotions are going to be when the time comes. So, Beanie was actually a guest on a previous episode a while back. And this is her second time on the show and Hallie's first time. So I'm just going to have them share a little bit about their own story so you get to know them in case you didn't hear Beanie's first. And then you get to know a little bit about Halle. So Beanie, come and introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Beanie. So my dad got diagnosed when I was 12.
Glioblastoma.
Glioblastoma, yeah. And then he passed away when I was 16 in 2021. And we did basically everything together. I mean, he introduced me to volleyball, and that was like the sport that I played for my whole life, basically. And yeah, we just did like everything together, basically, from volleyball to daddy-daughter dates to being at the lake and just spending time together, like watching bats or watching the sunset or anything. We were really, 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 really close, and yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. And Halle is a unique perspective, and I really think it's important for her to be on here because she's got a perspective, and you'll hear her story, but just unique. And I think it's one of those relationships that kind of gets lost in the sauce a little bit when these father type of relation or holidays come up, and people don't really think about or consider how it impacts other people in the family dynamic. So I want to share a little bit about who you are and what your story is.
Yeah. So our family, or our moms at least, we're extremely close. Like, we've always been at least 5 minutes away from each other, or at most 5 minutes away. Now we're in the same house, so it's just like
it's even
we can't
better.
get any closer.
5 seconds.
But
2 staircases, and that's still too much.
But Father's Day has always been a unique holiday. I don't want to say hurtful necessarily, but it always kind of brought up emotions I couldn't exactly pinpoint what they were. But my father was never a part of my life. I never met him, but May of 2025, he actually got diagnosed with glioblastoma, just like my uncle. And then passed in August of 2025. But besides the point of that, my uncle kind of naturally stepped in as my father figure throughout my life. And with us being so close all the time, obviously that just is like, I don't know. It was the best thing for me, honestly. And he just, I guess, Father's Day in the past, I never had to really think about my biological father, it felt like, because we were always celebrating Uncle John at the lake, and I called him my Uncle Daddy. Like, he did so.
It's a lot more than an uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also introduced me to volleyball, which I played from 5th grade till my senior year that just ended. So he's taught me literally everything. All of our water sports and stuff like that. Yeah. We just did everything together. I was a 5th child for the Bakers.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was the 6th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess Karen.
Don't forget your brother.
Me, but no, but I don't know. It was honestly great having my uncle, and it felt like not a distraction from my biological father on Father's Day, but just like something else I could have gratitude towards. So, yeah,
That's good.
thank you.
Really good. Well, we were at the lake and we just had the girls there, which was kind of amazing. And we Beanie actually whipped up a batch of greenies, which was John's signature family cocktail. And we were on the dock and I don't know, it suddenly hit us and then we were crying. And it was one of those things that we were totally fine and then we weren't. And it was inexplainable. What's the word? Unexplainable? Because I don't know. It really was. It wasn't even like a song hit or anything. It was just like, oh, damn, today's Father's Day.
Yeah, Halle and I were down at the dock before you came too, and we had a little moment. I don't even remember. We just like hugged and then we didn't stop like, hugging and then my stomach started doing
there was tears flowing.
But
yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, it's one of those things you can't really plan for. You don't really know what's going to happen. You don't really know when it's going to hit you. So that's why I really wanted to talk about this with you guys, because what are some things, like I know, we post on Instagram. I posted something about you guys being on the water, and that's our way of celebrating. And to your dismay, I posted. But you guys do your own things where that's concerned. So what are some things that you have found over these last 4 years of losing your dad and your uncle daddy that people have said to you that you might find really helpful? Maybe some things that people say that aren't so helpful. Mm-hmm. What are some things that just as a way to help others maybe understand how to handle people who they know are missing their dad on Father's Day? Well, like some helpful tips and things that you could impart your wisdom on to others.
You go.
Okay. Something really helpful that I've heard / learned. I guess when I heard it, it was extremely helpful because it finally put into perspective the emotions I was feeling, but learning that grief and any other emotion can coexist. So like, obviously we were at the lake and we were having so much fun. We're surfing, having our greenies, we had a little movie night, but then we all just like stopped and had a moment and we're like, obviously like we miss Uncle John so much. And just like letting yourself feel those emotions and feeling joyful while also grieving somebody, I think is really important because, I don't know, it's really easy to obviously just feel lost in your melting pot of emotions when grieving somebody. But learning that, like, I don't know, there's a way to feel different things at the same time was really helpful for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of going off of that, like, for a really long time, I would feel really guilty if I was sad or if I was happy when I was like, why would I be happy right now? Like, I should be depressed. I should be like feeling the worst ever because at least I get to like be alive and like I don't, whatever. But I think finding the joy and like actually still celebrating them, or like, I mean, like what we did, we went out on the boat, we had our greenies, we put some Jack Johnson on, like it was great. And we were just like doing all the things. It is really easy, I feel, or not necessarily easy, but it can be easier to try to distract yourself from it and pretend it's not happening, because there has been years that I've done that and I'm just like, oh, it's just another day. Like, don't go on Instagram, don't go on anything, and then just pretend that it's not actually happening. But I think really actually celebrating them, and like, even though he's not still here, I think it was a lot better that way, because then, I mean, it is still Father's Day, and he deserves to still be celebrated. So that was really nice.
I love that. I think it's hard too, and I would love to get your perspective, because me as the mom, I'm always wondering how I should handle it. Should I bring it up? Should I say anything?
Yeah.
Should I recognize the day? What if they don't even know what day it is and I bring it up and that makes them sad? And so I always feel like I don't know what to do, whether it's Father's Day or his birthday. Those are the two big ones. And I never know if I'm making things worse or making it better, or me being like a calming presence in the potential emotional storm, or like triggering it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that as like to the moms out there, or the dads to the parents who have lost their mom?
I think acknowledging it is always better than not. Like, I mean, not necessarily, this isn't really from like a parent perspective, but my roommate was the only person who texted me this year, and usually like a couple people text me, and like it made me so happy, and it like made me feel like I was like actually being thought of and like stuff like that. So I think even though like even sometimes like even on dad's birthday this year, halfway through the day I had been thinking about it all week, but then the day actually came, and then halfway through the day I actually realized what day it was, and then I was like, oh shit, I was like, oh my god. But like it's not something I think you should actively try to avoid bringing up or anything, because even if like it is like that and then you remember and then you do kind of feel some type of way about it, it's like those are emotions that I feel like it's good to feel. It's not a bad thing just to like be sad or like have some type of feelings towards it.
Yeah, I think the other thing with that is like it was an unspoken rule, I'd say, or not rule, but goal in our family after Uncle John passed away to keep his memory alive. And obviously we do that every single day in so many things. Like whether there's like an event like Smokies happening or like just anything just in our like day-to-day lives and things like that. I think just celebrating them in a way, because even if you don't, like from a parent's perspective, if you don't bring up the day, I feel like it's going to hit the kids at some point. So then,
and also then it makes us feel like you're not there for us.
yeah.
So it's I at least for me, I like, because I'm not going to be like, oh hey, by the way, I'm sad because it's Father's Day. Like if it doesn't get brought up to me, then I'm not bringing it up to other people, because like I also don't want people to like feel pity on me or anything like that. I'm just like whatever, and then that's when I just kind of distract myself, because if I can't talk about it and somebody else doesn't bring it up, then like I'm not going to be the one to bring it up.
Yeah.
So.
I think acknowledging it is always the best thing, and always finding a way to celebrate the person. Like on Uncle John's birthday one year, we ordered all of his favorite food, and then we had like chocolate pie and all that stuff. So I don't know. That also just brings more light into the day, I'd say, because obviously it's easy to just kind of dig yourself a hole and get lost in your emotions.
I think that's true. And I do think it is beautiful to honor them and celebrate them and just really take that time to remember them. What about the thing, like I sent you all that Instagram thing about the fathers in heaven? I mean, nobody said anything to me. Did that not land?
Wait, I thought I hearted it.
I think you hearted it. That's all I got.
Did I not heard it?
Well,
I think I was also, when you first posted that, that's when we were having our little moment, and I was like, I don't want to read this shit right now. And then, because I was like, and then I like read it later, and then I was like sad about it, and then, but like, I did read the whole thing, but I was like, damn, it's just kind of like,
because I can't remember. It said something like,
it was like they're like with you with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to call them into you or something, like calling.
I actually did that when I went upstairs to go make the greenies. I made my greenie, except when, the machine was doing whatever, I went outside and I just had a minute out on the porch and I like talked to him, which I have my notes. I usually just type in my notes. But I actually like said it out loud, and I was like, it was because of that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I forgot that that's why I did that, but I wanted to have like a moment with him, and then I went and kissed the picture with the greenies, and then I went and dumped my greenie into the picture. But yeah, so I think like doing stuff like that is.
I mean, I feel like it's just like a gentle little. I'm here.
Yeah.
Here's recognizing it. I'm here if you need something, without being super dramatic about it.
Yeah, because I feel like also if you're being like super dramatic about it, then it's like, all right, bro, chill. Like, he wasn't even your father. Shut up.
Rude.
Who are you talking to?
Her. Yeah, not you.
Oh.
No.
I'm like,
you're like, that was.
You can't talk to her either.
I know. Well, that's just, y'all know how I get.
Okay.
Yeah. And so what are some things that maybe aren't so helpful?
Okay, I kind of have trouble with that, because I feel like the only people I talk to about him are like in the family for the most part. Unless it's like someone I'm super close with that knows like in detail what happened. But I will say at the beginning when he first passed away, I went to school for some reason 2 days after. I don't know. Like no one knows why I did that.
How long did I take to go back to school?
3 years.
Okay. I mean, kind of true.
But I was like, I was about to start crying naturally in my second period. I went to the bathroom, and the assistant principal like pulled me into her office, and she was like, I guess she didn't process that I had said my uncle just died 48 hours ago. Like, I'm leaving, like I'm going home. And she's like, oh, it's okay. Have a Rice Krispie treat. And I was like...
My PE teacher said something like that too. He was, because it was the first day I went back to school, and I made it all the way halfway through the day. I was like, all right, I made
proud
it.
of yourself.
No, it was my first day back.
It was good.
Please, I did worse than that. Okay. But my PE teacher, I was like, I'm leaving, bro, and he was like, all right, I'll walk you to the clinic, and I was like, okay, and he walks me up, and he was like, just make sure you're not using this as an excuse to get out of school.
Oh,
and I was like,
you're dead, Dad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. I was like, I'm about to not be very well right now.
Just the like,
I think fall in the
like
not
that.
helpful category.
Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That definitely falls.
Just like people like undermining it or
like diminishing the
it's okay.
Especially people who have never lost anybody at all. I'm like, I don't know why you're even opening your mouth right now. If it's not something to like lift me up, shut up.
You know, something else I think about, and there's nothing we can do about it, but oh God, I start dreading it with Father's Day is when all the Father's Day ads start coming.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like a whole month, 5 weeks ahead of time. And all of the happy families on the television are celebrating.
Like, if you love your dad, get him this shirt. I'm like,
my daughter's.
I literally report those videos.
Like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, I'm like not.
I've never wanted to see that, and
now I really
especially
don't.
Yeah, I really don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah. I mean, it's such a hard time, and obviously there are so many people who have lost their dads of all various ages. I mean, it's all over the place. There's some people who have never even met their dad.
Right.
So there's so many tumultuous emotions that go into holidays like that. And I don't know, I just thought it would be helpful to come on and have somebody hear your perspectives, and if it helps somebody else figure out how to have the conversation or what to do, or walk the delicate balance of talking about it. But I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I just really wanted to come on here. But what would you guys, any final thoughts?
I would also say, just because it is a day that like you should celebrate them more than usual or whatever, don't force yourself to like feel the emotions if you're like, because sometimes there has been days like either like sometimes it even happens on the like anniversary of the day he died, and I just like I don't want to just sit in my room and sulk and like try to make myself cry, but like if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna let myself cry. But like there has been other times where I like try to literally just like sit and I'm like, oh, I should be depressed today. I should not do anything today. And it's like, if you're not feeling that sad, go maybe like even like this year I went to the Dolly Museum.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, they were supposed to have almond cake because almond cake was like this, it was this whole thing with my dad. And, but we ended up going and like they didn't have it because the bakery was closed or whatever. But, yeah, like doing something either to celebrate them or like you don't have to either if it is too painful, or if you're not feeling the pain that day, you also don't have to do that.
Yeah, because maybe you're just not feeling the pain, and it's not because you're hiding it or avoiding it. It's just like today's a good day.
Yeah. And that has happened to me before, and it does also kind of make you feel like why am I not sad today? Why am I not laying in bed all day? Why am I not doing this? But it's like, that's not your vibe. It's not your vibe. Right. It doesn't have to be just because today is Father's Day or his birthday or whatever. Like, I don't know. That's it's not like every Father's Day looks the same, or every time his birthday comes around it looks the same. Like, it does look different every single year, especially for me. And like I was even surprised on Father's Day when I started crying, because I was like, I never usually cry.
No, I was too. It hits so out of the blue.
Yeah, and I was just like damn, like, I don't know, but I was, obviously, if it comes up, then it comes up and you let it out, and then that's what happens. But if it doesn't, don't force yourself like, oh, I should be crying.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't have to be crying just because it's Father's Day. Like, if it hits you tomorrow, then it hits you tomorrow. Right. So, yeah.
I think another helpful thing, at least this might be a little bit niche, I don't really know, but just like reminding yourself of something they'd always say. So like, when Uncle John first passed away, he always said, "What's your why?" Mm-hmm. And I would,
not when he first passed away.
Okay, well, no. Sorry.
Worded that wrong.
Before, obviously. No, his thing was always, "What's your why?" Yeah. And then he would, because, we had everyone has had some volleyball troubles in their careers. Yeah. And I was playing at A5 when he passed away. So which is a club that he coached at. Club. Yeah. And then
this is where I first started playing at, when he got me into it.
Put up a nice banner that said "In Memory of JB," and I was like, I walked into practice one day and I looked at that and I was like, I was like, what? I was like, no one told me this was going up. Yeah. But then that was definitely really hard. But just like, sometimes I'll say to myself, like, what's your why? And then it just feels like he's kind of with me and just helps me. I don't know. It just,
I love that.
It feels like I'm talking to him again. And
I do that too. Sometimes. Like, if I'm like going through like a hard thing, or like something is happening that's wrong, or even if I just want to talk to him or something, I'm like, what would he say right now? And,
but just surrounding yourself with people that you love and people that love you is always the best, because we had a great day.
We did have a great day. And it's also like, if you're not comfortable around the people that you're around on certain days like that, it's like, oh, are they going to think I'm weird for crying? Or are they going to think do they even know that my dad is dead? Like, like, it's like, be with your people, celebrate with your people, or cry with your people, do whatever you need to do.
Laugh with your people.
Or laugh, like, do whatever you need to do, and just feel comfortable doing it. Because if you're uncomfortable, then what's that helping? Not really anything. So
I like that. You heard it straight from the mouths. I love it. Straight from the mouths. All right. Well, anything else?
I don't know. No? Yeah, I don't know. Just, I think we've said this obviously, but just make sure you're celebrating them, even if it is hard. I think just finding at least something that you can do, whether it's, we don't always have access to greenies. It's not, we don't always, or something like that, but like, just doing something like little, like, for me, like, I'll go on a walk, like if I'm at school or something, I'll go on a walk and watch the bats or look at the stars or something like that. Just so you can feel some sort of like comfort or peace with them.
What would you say if someone was thinking, oh, it's been 4, 5, 6, 10 years since their dad died? I wonder, like, they're feeling like, I would like to send them a text or just say, I'm thinking about you, but they don't know if they should.
I would say, honestly, always do it. Because I even think about this with my friends, like, because my friends have, like, lost people in their family too. And I'm like, ooh, like, do they want a text from me? But then I think about it myself, and it's like, anytime anyone's thinking about me and actually remembers the fact that I am struggling more,
or could potentially be struggling, right?
It's always nice to know that people are thinking about you. And, like, even if it's just like a, hey, I know today's hard, love you, or like something like that, like,
or even just thinking about you,
or anything that you want to say, like, I would say do it. I mean, if you're not super close with them, it's a little odd, but like, I don't know, like, I would say, especially if you're close with someone and you really want to text them, just do it.
I think you can always do it, because grief doesn't go away. So
that is true.
On the day, regardless of how the person is feeling, like, it's either a super helpful text, it's adding to their, like, maybe they're having a good day and then you say thank you and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. And it's just like,
that is true. Like, Dakota texted me and it was nice. Like, I was like, oh, so
Yeah.
sweet. Like it made me so happy. And like anytime anybody texts me,
Yeah.
it makes me feel extra loved and supported. So
Yeah. Like just someone out there is thinking about you.
Yeah.
I think that's the best tip. Yeah. Always let people know that you're thinking about them.
Yeah.
And sending them extra love and peace and anything.
Prayers
On
if
a
that's
hard,
what you want.
day. Yeah, peace,
Yeah.
prayers. Yeah.
Anything.
All right, girls. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
I think it was helpful. I hope it was helpful to someone. It was helpful to me to know. I'll just send you a little Instagram thing every year.
To a new group chat.
Finding joy.
My girl finding joy in hard days.
Hashtag Father's Day.
Broken heart.
All right. God. Well, thank you all for tuning in. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, send me an email. Let me know.
Peace, love,
and we will
bye.
talk the next time.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye, y'all.